Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More, and we're back at the laundromat with very noisy trucks driving by. Sorry about that. This is a pretty busy street. It's a very small town with only like 1,300 people, but this street is very busy, and it serves a very large rural community too, so it's not just a town. It would use this laundromat, at least that's what I'm going with. It is Fun Car Friday, so you can see I have the Supra out. We have some exciting news for the laundromat, hopefully. Some good news, hopefully no bad news. But some of the good news is, first things first, we have a sign being made for up there. That should be done very soon. So it's paid for, being made. We thought we had to pull a permit for it to start with. The town said we had to have a permit, and we said we shouldn't have painted over that sign. Numerous reasons why we shouldn't have painted over it, but anyway. Turns out we did need a permit for that one, so that was being made. And our permit was just approved for our big sign we're putting up on the building too. We're just gonna paint a big car wash sign right here on the side of the building. That's approved, so we'll get that done here pretty soon as well. Well, I've said this before. The laundromat guys are coming this weekend to bring new machines. Hopefully. I've heard this a lot. So they had some 20 or 27 pound Speed Queens that were used, that they'd rebuilt themselves. These are a couple of guys who used to run laundromats and now are retired, and it's very hard to find people to work on machines, so I found these guys luckily through a Craigslist ad where he was trying to sell one of these machines. And now they have 3 of them somehow. I thought they each had one, now they have 3. So hopefully, in my next video after this one, I'll be able to show you 3 machines in here that are front load, Speed Queen. We're pricing them at $3 a load, I believe. It's about the same size as these, actually. Maybe slightly bigger, but front load, they work much better, use less water, less electricity. And that will be very, very exciting. So we'll see how that goes. We'll count money. We'll see how much we made this week. We had a huge problem that might limit how much money we made this week. So that's never fun, but it's part of life. And we'll talk about that and see what happens there. As far as that count goes, we'll of course check our extremely disappointing vending machines, which never seem to make any money at all, and are just a waste of space, to be quite honest. And of course we'll check the soap machines, which actually do better than the vending machines by far, even though they're 80 years old. We'll check the car wash. It has a 2-bay car wash. We fixed the pricing, so it'll be exciting to see if that made a difference or not. They were giving away so much money by having a 3 or 4 minute bonus on one of the car wash bays. Who knows how long that went on, right? That could have been going on for years or decades from the previous owners. People knew to use that outside bay. And we fixed that. I figured out how to fix the pricing in my last video. So we'll see if there's more money in there or less. Who knows? Stuff doesn't always go as you think it does. And yeah, those guys are gonna fix the machines. They're out of order here too. And then eventually they'll be working on my other laundromat in Greeley. I'm in Kersey right now, Kersey, Colorado. In Greeley, hopefully this weekend they'll get some of the stuff fixed over there too. That one's much nicer, has much better machines, much larger. But it's not open yet. I'm leasing that one. Just got that leased and we're trying to figure that out. Hopefully by October, I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, so let's take a peek at all that stuff. First off, some of the bad news. I bought a 30 and 40 pound Speed Queen used machine and a stackable dryer from a guy for $2,900 for everything, which is a phenomenal deal. I'll show you some of the costs of new machines. I found an old bid I had. But is there 30 and 40 or 40 and 50? One of the two. So I've been talking to different laundromat people. They're hard mount machines, which mean they have a tremendous amount of torque and vibrations going on. This is a wood floor. This is not concrete. They don't think they can install those machines on this floor. They think it'll just tear the floor apart or shake the whole building down. So we don't want either one of those. They do have some machines they're bringing that are smaller. Maybe we can put those other machines in the other laundromat. Or I could pour a slab, like a 6x3 slab or something under this floor, but there's a crawl space that's a couple feet deep, so that's a whole lot of concrete to pour. I don't know what I want to do yet. So we were really hoping we could make those machines work in here. They were hoping too. I guess the laundromat guys had talked to someone else they knew who was more of a specialist in these things, although I thought these guys were the top of the chain. I guess not. And that person said they didn't think it would work. So at least hopefully we'll have some new machines soon, but maybe not the big ones. I don't know if this place will ever have the big ones unless I get soft mount machines, which are very, very hard to find unless you buy them new, and they're very expensive to buy new, and getting new equipment is extremely difficult anyway if you're not buying, replacing a whole laundromat. So there are lots of issues there. The other issue, why we might not have much money here, that guy stopped working, and I don't know what happened. No one called me. I've got a number here for people to call if there's any issues. It's literally right there. No one called me and told me, but it was at least 2 or 3 days the change machine wasn't working. And I knew that because the last time I came here, I opened it up to make sure there's enough quarters in there, and all the quarters were in there still, and there was no money in there. So I tried to use it. It didn't work. It wasn't working. I just turned it off and on. It started working again. So it has been working half of this week. And then let me see if, I don't have any dollar bills at all. I've got 20s. I guess we could do that. This does take 20s. So let's see if this works. Oh, I'm like, I'll just use my mouse to unfold this. Don't do that. Money is so dirty. I stopped. Hey, that's a good sign. That's a bad sign. It didn't do anything before. There we go. So it is working. That's a good sign. But there's so many little things like that. And you can get a lot of quarters, that's for sure. Holy cow. But we could count those to make sure that's 20. Look at that, $20. Perfect. So that's a bad sign. That meant it was not working. And I turned it on, turned it back off again. There's money in there. That's good. But very bad sign. Still a lot of quarters in there for your laundromat. When people can't get change, it only works with change. So there's just so many different things to think about and check and make sure that are working right on a business like this. And yeah, so at least that's working now. We also have been getting some new stuff for the laundromat too. Nikki got this sign for decorations, stuff that smells good, mist sprayer things, soap dispenser. So we have lots of stuff to install and get to here soon. But we have multiple units vacant at the complex we're trying to remodel. We've got 3 flips we're working on, plus another flip I just bought. We've got the other laundromat. We've got a lot of different things going on, so we try to get to it as quickly as we can, but some of the other stuff is just a little bit of a higher priority right this second, and then we'll come back here and get this one freshened up. And plus, when we have the new machines and stuff, then we can really go full bore on this. And this is something interesting too I found. This is the quote I got when I wanted to buy my other laundromat. I should say build my other laundromat. I had a building that was a bar when I bought it. And this shows how much they wanted to charge me to put in new machinery. So I took up all the names and stuff. Don't know if I'm supposed to share these quotes or not, but there's no identifiable information. It was over a year ago, so it might be more expensive now. But to get, what is this? 3 20-pound washers is $4,600 each. To get 4 40-pound washers is $13,000 each. To get 2 60-pound washers, $17,700 each. Now these are soft mount. If you see it says soft mount, that means you can put them on wood floors. Those are the fancier ones. So those are a little more expensive than the regular ones, but still, it's crazy how expensive stuff is. And these aren't Speed Queens. These were different brands. So I'm not sure if Speed Queen would be cheaper than this or this guy was trying to rip me off. Who knows? But I didn't do it, obviously. So your washer bases are $650. 6 30-pound stacked dryers, $10,100 each. And you want to put a fancy water heater in for $7,000. The soap vending machine, $1,750. They wanted to do like a card reading system thing on there, and yeah, there was a lot going on. Then you've got $12,000 in tax, $6,800 in shipping, and $13,000 in installation for a grand total of $236,000 to put in. What was that? 9 washers and 6 dryers. So this is why I went the used route. You might be able to get it cheaper from different vendors and different stuff, but I was able to buy a 40-pound, a 30-pound washer, and a stackable dryer for $2,900 used. Now, I'm able to get a few more 20-pound washers for like, it's about $1,000 each, in that range, not $8,000. How much were they charging? $4,000 for those? Yeah, $4,600. And there's also another opportunity I might have, I'm trying to figure out if I want to do it or not, to get some more stuff here to use. So huge difference between new and used. I've mentioned I've been following Keenan. That's his YouTube channel. Follow Keenan, right? But he talks about that too in a video where he bought used equipment. It cost him $40,000 for his used equipment. He had some repairs to make, plus installation and stuff like that. And he actually refurbished a lot of his machines too, which looked really nice. So, you know, he had some of these dryers that looked very similar to these, maybe slightly newer. And he took them apart, powder coated them. They looked brand new, like really good ideas there. So, but he said if he would have built that out brand new, it would have cost him over $200,000, maybe more. And he's able to do it for a fourth the cost. He said another laundromat close to him did go all new, spend over $400,000 or $200,000, who knows what it was, and they're closing. They weren't able to generate enough income to pay for the massive financing costs of all that equipment. Because people, you know, who run laundromats usually don't have, at least the small time laundromats don't have just all the cash to pay for all the equipment. They're financing it, and they've got to figure that into their sales and everything. So the route I'm going, I'm not financing equipment, I'm not getting new equipment. It's a very small laundromat, as you can see. It could not generate enough income to pay for all that. Hopefully, it generates enough income to pay for the used stuff, and when we get some new machines, new to me machines, we'll see some income increasing, get our signs up, all the other stuff done. Then we'll see how it goes. It takes time to do all this. Same with the liquor store I bought. You know, it was able to generate income, sales, but it took a while to get sales up, to get it to really make money, to get that process working. So it definitely takes longer than you think it should and wish it would, but that's just part of life. So we'll start with the dryers. Like I said, this could be a bad one. This could be a rough cleanup, but we shall see. Because the coin machine was not working for a while. That's not very good. That's not very good at all. I do know smart people would have all these keyed the same too. But, oh, that's better than it could have been. It's not amazing, but it wasn't, that's fairly full. I think these two are keyed the same, so that's nice. At least 2 machines in the entire place are keyed the same. So, I think that's definitely less than last week, but it's not like horribly miserable like it could have been. So, we're really hoping the car wash does better with the new pricing too. We'll see how that works. Well, I just was thinking how this key was hard to get it to work in this coin box, and it just broke off in there. So I may or may not have more coin boxes back here that will fit that. There's coin boxes all over. I have more coin boxes at the other laundry, but yeah, that's not good. So that's another setback. So we're off to a good start. And yeah, eventually, keying all these to the same would be smart, although I just hit the first one. Oh wait, are those keyed to the same? Maybe this whole time they're all keyed the same and I was trying different keys the whole time? No, those two were actually keyed the same. Okay. That's interesting. You can see my tags falling off all over. So, again, we're not breaking any records today, but it could have been worse with the coin machine not working. So we'll add all these up with the coin counter. See what we've got there. I'd love to get that. The goal is to get one of these coin boxes overflowing with quarters. That would be a good day. We're not going to do that yet, that's for sure. It's got some weight to it, but I don't think it's as good as last week. We'll see if there's anything in the pop machine. Oh, I see at least one quarter. Oh, there's some quarters down there. Don't know if there's anything in here. One day I'll fix this so it catches. Oh, 1 quarter in there. One day we'll fix that so it actually catches the quarters. It's supposed to. Honestly, you just need a screw, right? Oh no, that needs bent in. I don't know. $2 again? Boy. The pop machine has been a massive money maker. There you go. Let's see. The vending machine. The vending machine is done better than the pop machine. I know we could clean it up and make it look better. That's on the list of things to do. But we have a huge list of things to do. Ooh, 75 cents. We're gonna check the car wash now. I'm hoping there's more in here than normal because we fixed the pricing on the other one. So it'd be nice to see some progress being made on something. I know I've said it for months now. New machine should give us lots of progress too. But we've had some progress, I feel like. Hey, there's definitely more in there. All right, at least something went well today. I don't usually show the vacuum because it's such a pain to open up. But, I mean, people will look at these numbers and say, man, you're not making any money. Is it even worth your time? But you have to look at the positives. For one thing, I guess that's very difficult to do with one hand, let alone two, or the other way around. But the positives are, it's making so little money and has so little money in, you know, the machines and stuff at one time. That really cuts down on your theft risk because it's just not worth breaking in. So, you have to look at the good and the bad. Oh, there's a little bit more in that sour cream cup than usual. Okay, we'll count money now. And we'll do the dryer first because I forgot that little guy. One of the drawers. So I have all these labeled. There's a dryer. I'm not expecting as much as last week because of the coin situation, but it'll still be fun to see what we get here. And there we go. Unjam yourself, please. Okay. Oh, again? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. I spat something out. There we go. Put more quarters in it. That will fix it. Okay. Oh. There we go. 239. What's that? That's not horrible. That's 50 something. Okay. Now for the soap, which wasn't bad. I did have more coins than the one I thought wasn't working too, so we should have a little bit more soap money from now on. 21. By far the biggest payday is the vending machine. This is both the pop and the Ending. 11. Sweet. Here's the vacuum, which was actually more than we had lately. Remember, these aren't... Oh. Reset. So one hopped in there already. Oh. Stop. Okay, so whatever this is, add one. 45. Here's the car wash money, which should be better. It looks a lot better than last time. No! No, don't do it. I don't want those to go in there, but I want to... Hold on. Oh, come on. Oh, I heard a bunch of stuff go down. Hey, there we go. And I was dumb this week and just brought a bag that still had a bunch of quarters in it. So if my count is wrong, I can't just empty them all out and count them again, because they'll have quarters from last week in them too. So we'll just hope it's accurate. We'll go slow. No, again? There we go. Just bang on it, it'll work. Oh, this thing. There we go. 230. So that's definitely more than last week in the car wash. Definitely better. Here are the washers that always have the most, but I don't think they'll have as much this week as last week. Last week we had over 500. We'll see what there is this week. I'll go slow. There we go. I don't think we're getting to 500. 400. One more. 430. Good news, I had an extra key for this coin box. So that's the key I just broke. And I wasn't pushing or pulling hard or turning hard. It was just very weak. So I don't know if that coin box needs adjusted so it doesn't happen again. The laundromat guys are supposed to come tomorrow, this weekend, but we've heard that a lot. So I'll have them look at it and see if they can adjust it. And there's always a few things I have to do before I leave. One, I check my pockets, make sure I didn't take any of the keys with me. I've done that numerous times where I get back to my office. I'm like, oh, there's the cash key or a lot dryer keys or something like that. Usually it's a car wash key or vending key or something. Also, check all the coin boxes to make sure I lock them all. There have been multiple times I've forgotten to do that as well. So those are all good, except I'm like, okay, how are the vending machines? I forgot to lock up the pop machine. So always smart to double check everything, make sure it's all tidied up before you leave. Here are the weekly sales we do every time, and this chart's getting more interesting as time goes on. Hopefully it gets even more interesting when sales go up, but we can at least see what's happened over history. We had an amazing week in August, and things went back down again, and now they've been pretty steady. But I'm actually pretty happy with what happened because we had $244 total this week. The washers were down a little bit. Dryers were pretty even. Car wash went way up, which I thought might happen. The others are mostly inconsequential. So all in all, since the coin machine wasn't working for at least 3 days, we did pretty good. And it kind of shows too that people will find a way to find quarters. There's a gas station in town. Maybe they were annoyed at us because they ran out of quarters because of all the people going to get quarters. Who knows? But still a positive sign that things didn't drop off the face of the earth when something broke. So hopefully next week our new video will show some different machines in there, and then it will be really exciting to see if sales increase, word gets out, we have more people showing. All right, before I leave, I did another video of another laundromat car wash combo, and that was pretty interesting to see. So I'll show that here in just a second. Before that happens, I just want to say thanks for all the comments, support, appreciate that. We'll have more videos of this coming up, more videos of our other properties, flips, rentals, businesses, all that stuff as well. So stick around. And here is another car wash / laundry that's kind of competition, close to competition for my other laundromat. So I'm doing some reconnaissance work on this laundromat, which is not really close to my one in Greeley, but it's sort of close. But I wanted to see what it was like, and if you can see, it's attached to a car wash. Talk about a sweet operation. But I went in there not really knowing what to expect. It was so nice. Oh my God, they had all brand new equipment. 30 pound, 60 pound, 90 pound, 120 pound washers in there. So all stainless steel, all looked almost new. New dryers, tons of folding tables. There are probably 8 different groups of people in there. There was 2 attendants in there who looked like they were full-time workers. They do have wash, dry, and fold, as you can see right there. Super nice inside. So I'd never been in there before, and that was interesting to see. Then they had a car wash guy walking around washing everything down too. So they've got probably 2 or 3 full-time people working in this operation right here. So this is a high-class operation. I'm not sure mine are ever going to get to this point, but it's kind of cool to see what this one is like. And it doesn't even look that big from the outside. It looks pretty small, but it had tons of machine and space in there, and really well done. So that was interesting to see.